Dan Hooker and Dustin Poirier created a instant classic when they clashed against each other this past Saturday in a tit-for-tat match where they both were just landing slugs on each other throughout the whole 5-round fight. It was a UFC fan's dream to watch this go down.
It was a tough one, man. Dan came to the fight. He's a tough guy. He's on the rise. He really thought that he was going to get past me. He talked a lot of trash, like he was going to move forward and fight the champ. But I'm the champ, man. This is what I do. I love this. I put all the work in.
Dan Hooker put out a video on Instagram saying, "Quick message for the people that support me. Credit to Poirier. Better man on the night. No regrets, no excuses. Minor setbacks ain't a major for me."
Hey everyone, just back at the hotel with the lads, having a feed. Got checked out of the hospital. Everything's all good. Just a couple stitches on the eye. But hey, that's the game we play. No worries. It's just a small setback and I'll be back.
Dustin Poirier put this picture out on his Instagram saying 25 minutes paid in full. And he also put this video out as well.
Woo! That was a fun one. Going to the hospital, get my head scanned. Then going to see my wife, going home, see my daughter. Thank you all.
And if you look at the total strikes, just look at round 5, where Dustin Poirier has 61 strikes compared to Dan Hooker's 20. I mean, jeez. Teddy Atlas says, "I say you're not in a fight until there's something to overcome." So Dustin Poirier overcomes a 2-0 lead by Hooker to win a brutally tough fight. No shock. A diamond is made withstanding pressure. Congrats. And we got Theo Von showing some love to Dustin Poirier. If you do not know, they're good friends, both from Louisiana. Theo Von also put out a tweet saying, "Louisiana stand up." And even Lil Wayne commented on it, saying, "What a fight. Them boys went at it, but Dustin Poirier a dog. Much love to him." And Brandon Allen MMA for repping Louisiana right. And then, of course, Diamond says, Wheezy. Justin Gaethje says, "That was an awesome fight. Good win for Dustin Poirier, and Dan the Hangman definitely deserves a seat at the big dog table." Khabib says, "Congratulations, Dustin Poirier. Great fight." And there's also this theory going around that there's a curse of the Irish Dragon. Everybody who beats Paul Felder loses their next fight. And with Dan Hooker losing to Dustin Poirier, it supports that theory even more. So that's 5 people that fall in line to the curse of the Irish Dragon. Mike Perry had his girlfriend in the corner for him during this fight, which was the first time for me seeing in the UFC. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if anybody's ever even done this before.
She did a great job. She kept it very simple. She shouted a couple things. I heard her during the fight, and I remember telling myself, okay, there you go. She getting into it now. And she was like, "Keep your hand up." There was one time he had swung and just missed. So, "Get your hand back up." I was like, all right. And then in the corner, when she was in there rubbing the ice on me, she kept asking me, "Hey, is this, where do you want, what else do you want, what can I do?" And she was, trying to do more for me. And it was really cool just sitting there quiet and just thinking about how the next round was going to go.
Now, Mike Perry has also said why he chose to do this is because he's just tired of his corner talking, and sometimes he wish he could tell him to shut up sometimes, and he's just not a fan of them trying to take the shine when really it's the fighter that's doing all the work.
I was thinking, man, sometimes coaches be so ready to get in there and just tell you something they think they're going to make a difference for you, and it's for themselves, you know what I mean? They want to feel like they told you something that helped you win this UFC fight. And they're just getting money, and attention and trying to take credit for what your work has done. So, bro, y'all, you carry that bucket and bring me that stool. You know what I'm saying? And she looked better than any coach all time bringing that stool and that bucket. Damn, she was so pretty with that little ninja face mask on.
And it looks like other fighters' girlfriends are wanting to be in their corner. As Gilbert Burns says, "Thanks to Mike Perry, now my wife is asking to be in my corner." And Sadiq Yusuf says, "My girl really just asked to be in my corner. I knew this was going to happen." And in other news, Mike Perry is looking to fight Darren Till, as he's saying he wants to start training with Yoel Romero, which has the same manager as he does, to start to get used to the heavier weight class.
I kind of want to work with Yoel Romero. I want to get some beef inside of myself to feel that 185-pound weight class. I want to learn how to fight one of the best guys there so that I could fight a middleweight Englishman. You know what I'm saying? You know who I'm talking about. I want to fight that guy.
And the last thing on Mike Perry that I'll talk about is the fact that he brought up his troublesome tax past, as he's got to pay off some taxes to get clean.
Do you have like a situation with a tax man right now? Do you have some debt you need to pay off?
Yeah, sure do. I'm gonna have to pay. I gotta do my taxes.
And with that being said, a lot of fighters stuck up and said things that he could do with Ben Askren saying, "Dear fighters, Uncle Sam will take 30 to 50% of your money dependent on state taxes and income bracket. No one will tell you this. Plan accordingly." Eddie Alvarez says fighters adding to Ben Askren what Ben Askren said. He says, set up a LLC before getting your paycheck, your first paycheck. This will allow you to write off most expenses. 2, create a solid safety fund, preferably 6 months. 3, having 100,000 in your account doesn't make you rich. Do not ball out. And then number 4, save and invest. With Ben Askren adding on top of that saying, lastly, fighters, start creating other streams of income so you can stop fighting when you actually want to. And you see that a lot with fighters starting Twitch accounts and other gaming accounts and sponsors and whatnot. And to wrap this video up, we got a video with Justin Gaethje wrestling Kamaru Usman. He says, iron sharpens iron. How much would you pay to watch this for a few rounds? Usman is looking like a straight killer. Glad to have him in the room. Just two dudes having fun. Tell me what you guys think about the Dustin Poirier fight, as well as Mike Perry having his girlfriend in his corner. And, you know, of course, all the other drama with MMA. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one.